Hello, my name is Elise Wong and today I'm showing you how I paint the Anjananth from Steamforge's Monster Hunter board game. I primed the Anjananth black so I can use the airbrush to spray some grey to emulate a light source. I then use a dry brush method to go over the airbrush parts to enhance the details. Dry brushing is a technique where you coat your brush with paint, but remove any excess paint onto a cloth, then brush it against the surface of the figurine. This is a quick way of bringing out the shapes. It is very effective against fur or scales. I only apply it where the light source is, as I am experimenting with how light sources are in figurines, only bringing out the details at the top. I then covered the body with Liquitex blue ink. Though the Anjananth is pink, I am also experimenting with using different colored shadows to make it more intriguing. Before this, I would usually just use black as a form of shadow, but it can end up giving a very flat look. I added magenta to the blue ink for the body as we're slowly getting closer to its main skin color. I went over with dry brushing again as the ink darkens my previous efforts. Now I'm adding light pink as this is Anjananth's main color using the dry brushing method. I'm doing this for the whole body. As much as I like dry brushing, as it is a quick method of bringing out the details, I often find it a little lacking. It's not enough to make the figurine pop. I learned that some manual work will still need to be done, and so I take a small brush and highlight individual skills where I want the main focus to be. I spend my time highlighting the skills on the face and head for the most part. I also painted the teeth in between the highlighting. I then painted the eyes, but I won't go into detail on how I painted them as I unfortunately mostly painted it off screen, so we can't really see a whole lot of what I'm doing. The details of the fur coat had beautiful swirls and I wanted to showcase that too, so I did a mix of dry brushing and manual highlighting. I then added some ink because I wanted the color to be bolder. I wanted more contrast to the skin, so I strategically added some red ink to the more shadowy places. I continued working on the mouth, adding reds and pinks. I like inks because they are more fluid but still holds a lot of pigment in them, retaining its bold color. So I use them for a gradient in color changes, and you can still see the shadows and highlights after applying them. For example, I added brown ink to the change of color of the legs and hands that are now brown instead of pink, but the details underneath still remains. You can see how I painted the Great Jagras as well as Tobi Kadachi in my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want more by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it to your friends.
I would like to thank my supporters over at Patreon. Thank you for supporting me and making all this happen. If you'd like to support me as well, you can check out my Patreon. You can also like, subscribe, and hit that bell button, or follow me on these following platforms. Links are down below in the video description.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!